dragons exist. And no, I don't have schizophrenia. I'm not hallucinating. And I'm not talking about those fantasy creatures that kidnap princesses and have treasures hidden somewhere in the mountain. I'm talking about a more dangerous type of dragon, because these little dragons multiplied and grow without you noticing. I'm talking about your responsibilities, those actions that you know you must take, but you ignore and procrastinate on. Let's take, for example, a flat tire. Okay, so one day you get ready to go to work, and you don't leave late, you don't leave early, just in time to be there right at 8 or 9 o'clock. And while you're driving, this happens. You start feeling like that vibration and start losing a little bit of control. You get out of your car, check, and you see a flat tire. And you're like, okay, whatever. I'm gonna be late. I'm not gonna be on time. That's not an option anymore. But at least I'm gonna make it on time for that important presentation that I have. Then you check on the spare, and boom, you realize that it's also flat. You knew, well, back in your mind somewhere, you knew that you needed to inflate that tire, but you just never did. You kept pushing it and pushing it and pushing it, and now there you are with a flat tire, with your spare flat, and also you don't have road assistance through your insurance, because why would you? You were never gonna need it. So there you are. You're pondering, thinking what you should do. Should you leave and risk leaving your car there and getting a ticket and get it towed, or risking being really late to the presentation? You stay there for a couple more minutes, and then you decide to leave because this presentation is so freaking important that you cannot afford not to be there. So you go there, you drive, and you arrive just 5 minutes before the presentation, so you don't have time to prepare and review the material. What's more, you're stressed because you're thinking about the car, what has happened, if it's gotten a ticket already, if the tow already took them. You cannot focus. You start sweating. You do the presentation, and it goes really bad. You cannot focus. You stumble on your words, just like I'm doing right now. You look at the potential partners that came here to see you, it would be a good idea for them to partner with your company. And you can see that they're just looking at you politely, but you can tell by their expression that they're not gonna affiliate with your company in a million years. And then you look at your boss, and by his look, you realize that you can say bye to your job. All of this for a freaking flat tire that you never checked, or for old tires that you know you had to change and you never did. I personally don't like to think about the Murphy's Law, that everything that can go wrong will go wrong, or more accurately, everything that can happen will happen. I don't like to live my life thinking about all the things that can go wrong. It's just not a good way to live. And this video is not about that. This video is more, as I said, about your responsibilities, the small actions you know you should take, but you keep procrastinating. Hence, the metaphor of dragons. It is not my metaphor. I wish it was, but I'm not that smart. It came from Jordan Peterson, a psychiatrist I have mentioned before in other videos here. So Jordan Peterson says that procrastinating is like creating little dragons, because these are your problems, right? That you keep ignoring. And at the beginning, they are small, like lizards. You can step on them, and that's another problem. But precisely because they're so small, you don't bother looking at them. But that doesn't make them go away. On the contrary, they keep growing and multiplying until they start getting a size that you start paying attention to. That you're like, oh, crap, I should probably take care of this issue. But because now there's someone intimidating you, at the same time, don't want to look at them. So you make up excuses. Oh, I have these other things going on. I have to take care of my children. I have to take care of this other thing first. You're in denial. Let's be real here. But again, the dragon keeps growing and growing and growing until it becomes that imponent beast that spits fire, flies, and you cannot defeat. And what ends up happening is that the dragon eats you. When does that happen in real life? When you are faced with a problem that you cannot solve. Legal stuff, loans that you haven't paid, mortgage, car, taxes, misdemeanor, warrant, jury duty, anything that happened, community service that you didn't do, and now the consequences are way, way, way worse than what they could have been when the problem was easy to deal with. So health, work, relationships, there is an infinity of examples of things that start like a minor problem that can evolve into big things if you don't pay enough attention. And it is not that you are too lazy to act and solve them. So it turns out that laziness is not a state of the mind or an emotion. It is a desire. The desire to ignore something or not want to do something, but a desire nonetheless. And the thing with us humans is that we have both. We have good desires and then we have bad desires. The trick, or the key rather, the key is to train our minds to learn to make better decisions and choose the desires, the good desires, that are going to improve our life long term. And some techniques to do this are meditation, abstinence, and reducing friction by reducing temptations. I mean, if you know that you like beers, don't have it in your fridge. If you know you like sweets, don't have donuts there. Reduce temptations. It is also a good idea to look for the help of a health expert, a psychologist, a psychiatrist, a coach, someone that can also give you tips to deal with your bad habits. And one more thing that is very important is to have a strong why. I've talked about this in another video, but I repeat it again because that's how important it is to have a strong why that reminds you why you're doing something. Think of of this episode of The Simpsons, right? When Homer quits his job at the nuclear power plant. I don't even know the English version of it. Just stick with me. He quits his job, right? And then he has his youngest daughter, Maggie. What does Homer do? Knowing that he needs income to support his family, his new baby, he goes back to his previous job, and Mr. Burns made him crawl and beg for his job back, and he gets it. And the way that Homer deals with this horrible job from now on is by reminding himself why he's doing it. He does it by having pictures of Maggie on his wall that reminds him that he's doing it for her. In my opinion, it's a pretty cool way to end the episode. It's a good reminder that if you feel like something, it's because you don't have a strong enough reason to keep you motivated when things go bad. I don't care what it is, but choose something that keeps you driving. Do it for your family, for your friends, for your daughter, for your brother, for your mother, for your freaking cat, for your community, for something. Just make sure that it's strong enough to keep you going. Find a fire that keeps you going. Conquer your fears, conquer your dragons, and become the best version of yourself so you can enjoy the best this life can offer with the people that you love. Thank you so much for watching this video. Until next time.